Hi, what's up? Welcome to episode number 7 of the 4 p.m. show. And I'm Monik from customdesignyourlife.com. And how are you guys? And I hope you are designing your life and living your better life every single day because it's so important. And as part of this series, this episode, I want to talk about work life balance. Is work life balance a myth or is it a reality? And I think it's a very valid question because if you're starting out your career, or if you're stuck in a place where you're thinking that is work life balance really a reality, or is it a myth, then this is the episode to watch. Now, based on my experience, I have seen two set of people in corporate world, and both group people lie on exactly opposite side of the spectrum. And on this side of the spectrum, there are people who say things like, don't work too hard, and in the end, you would regret spending so much time in office. Go spend time with your family, do your hobbies, go for vacations. And these set of people, they barely they do the minimum amount of work, and they come to office just to make sure that they get the minimum work done and get their salary. They are not career oriented, and they won't encourage you to be career oriented as well. And they would say things like, the organization can replace you anytime, why you're working so hard, and go spend time on your hobbies, you will not regret. And what else? They say that they will say that do the minimum amount of work anyways, because everybody gets almost the same appraisal. It doesn't even matter if you work real hard. So that's one set of people. And then on the extreme side of the spectrum, there are people who are spending 14-16 hours in office. They are completely into their work, so much into their work that they have sacrificed their personal life, they have sacrificed their family life. They are not there for their family, their spouses, their kids. They never go to their kids' school events, and they won't miss any of their client meetings ever. But they would would be missing all of their kids events in school, or they won't even go for vacations, and they hardly do any hobbies or fun thing. And they might be staying next to the gym. And if you ask them, do you exercise, and they say, who has the time for the gym, despite all the fact that they might have the gym right there next to their home. And these two people, they lie on extreme ends of the spectrum. And so if you're wondering whom to listen, either listen to this party or this party, and then I'm here to help you out quickly. There is a group of people who lie right in between of these two spectrum, and they have a work-life balance. And work-life balance is not a myth. These kind of people, they are rock stars in their work. They spend 10 to 12 hours in office, maybe even less, and it's a myth that you have to spend a lot of time in office. If you're spending, my opinion is that you're spending more than 12 hours in office, then you actually need to see why you are not so productive. And spending more time is not the answer, being more productive is the answer. So these people are rock stars in their work, and at the same time they have great family life, they have great health, they go to gym on regular basis, they meditate, they take time to refuel themselves, and they are inspired. And work life balance is not a myth. And with our lifestyle getting better each day, with the use of technology, and with lot of resources and help and coaches available online, it is become more and more easier to have a work life balance, because you have all these information available how to create a great work life balance. So it's no longer an excuse that not to have a work life balance. So be a rock star in your work, and at the same time have time for your hobbies, and have time for your families and friends, because that's what going to recharge you, and that's what going to keep your soul happy. So if you're wondering, I have tried to have a work-life balance. It's easy to say, but it's not possible. There is no time. You either work or you spend time with your family. There is no balance at all. I'm here to tell you that that having time, not having time is just an excuse. If you're mindful and if you plan your days and weeks ahead, then you'll be able to take out time for your hobbies and for your inspiration and for vacation and your for family and friends as well, and at the same time be a rock star in work. And so I have done a little calculation to show you have enough time, only you have to plan and be mindful. So here's a little bit of calculation that I want to share with you. Let's assume you have, of course, 168 hours in a week, 24 by 7, 24 hours per day into 7 days, which is 168 hours. And let's assume you're working 12 hours a day, and 12 hours a day is a lot of time. It's huge. Most companies, they don't even expect you to work more than 8 hours, and those people who are ultra productive, they are able to do their work within 10 hours. So learn to do your work within 10 hours. But let's say you still have to spend 12 hours in office, so let's give you 12 hours, and you're working 5 days a week. So that gives you how much you're spending 60 hours per week on your work. And so you're left with 108 hours after working 12 hours a day. And so let's say you take 8 hours for sleep. Doctors say that 6 to 8 hours are more than enough. 8 hours is a lot of time to sleep. To be honest, 6.5 hours to 7 hours is a good amount of time to sleep. So, but let's say you need 8 hours, for sleep. So you are, in a week you're sleeping 56 hours, and so you're left with 108 minus 56, which is 52 hours. Okay, now let's take your commute time, and let's suppose you are taking 45 minutes each way to commute. And to be very honest, my opinion is that if your commute time is more than 30 minutes, then you really need to change your location, because otherwise you reach office tired, you will not be focused, and you will be distracted. So in my opinion, commute time should never be more than 30 minutes. But let's say in this case you are taking 45 minutes for commute, and so in total you're spending 1 hour 30 minutes each day to commute, which comes out to be 7 hours 30 minutes per week for commuting. So we are left with 52 minus 7.5, which is 44 hours and 30 minutes. And now let's assume that you even prepare your own breakfast and your own dinner, and let's give you 1 hour each for those activities. So you're spending 2 hours a day on that, and so 14 hours in a week. So you are still left with 30 hours and 30 minutes. Now let's even assume that you take 1 hour to get ready. That's a lot of time, and that also includes your weekend. Weekend you can get ready very easily in 30 minutes, but let's say that you take 1 hour even on weekends. So that means you're spending 7 hours to get ready each week, and so you're left with 23 hours and 30 minutes. And let's say that after office you like to come back and relax for 30 minutes, because it's usually tiring, you feel tired once you reach home after commuting as well. So let's say you take 30 minutes to relax, to have green tea and to change and everything. So that means that you're spending 2 hours and 30 minutes for relaxation after office, and so you're still left with 21 hours even after relaxation. And now next thing is, let's say you also say that I need time to do grocery shopping, right? And although we in all the major cities around the world, free grocery delivery is available, and there are a lot of supermarkets which are actually on the way from office to home. But let's say you you like to do grocery shopping separately yourself over the weekend. So let's give you 2 hours for grocery shopping, because let's say you spend 45 minutes in a supermarket and 15 minutes you spend come home and arranging your stuff that you bought, and let's say 30 minutes is a commute time one way. So that means 1 hour commute time. So let's say you're taking 2 hours for grocery, but you're still left with 21 minus 2, which is 19 hours are still left in a week. And you know what, you have worked like a superstar throughout the week, 12 hours a day. We have included your commute time, you have slept 8 hours a day, and you have done your grocery shopping, and you have prepared your breakfast, dinner, and you have taken 1 hour each day to get ready. Despite of all of that, you're still left with 19 hours, and why people still are complaining for work-life balance. 19 hours you can do a lot, and I'll show you what you can do. You can exercise 5 times a day, and 30 to 40 minutes are usually good enough for exercise. It's only for professional bodybuilders that need more than 40 minutes of exercise, to be honest. So 30 to 45 minutes, 40 minutes are enough, and let's include your commute time to the gym and coming back 10 minutes each. So that means 1 hour in a day. So that means you are spending 5 days in a week you still have for exercise, and even after exercise you're still left with 14 hours. And let's say we give you one hour each day for TV and entertainment, and say I work really hard, I need to just get distracted once I reach home, so I want to watch TV. Okay, fair enough, you can watch TV 1 hour every day. You can catch up your news, you can watch your favorite TV series, you can watch your reality shows. 1 hour each day will give you, so even on weekend, so that gives you 7 hours of entertainment, and you're still left with another 7 hours. And in those 7 hours you can catch up with your family and friends over the weekend and have lunch with them, and you don't need more than 5 hours for that, and you catch up with your family and friends, you have lunch, and you spend 5 hours, and despite of that you're still left with 2 hours more. And in those 2 hours, that's a pure me time. You can go play tennis, you can play guitar, you can learn to play guitar, learn to dance, you can do poetry, you can write that book that you have been thinking about, or you can even start a blog on the side and do a freelancing work and earn some extra income. And so despite of working like a rock star for 12 hours a day, you still have time for exercise, you still have time for sleeping 8 hours a day, you still have time for TV and entertainment, and you still can catch up with your friends, and at the same time you still have time to for your hobbies or do a freelancing work over the weekend if you want to make some extra money. And so work-life balance is not a myth. You just need to be more mindful and need to do more planning. And my honest advice is that what helps me is that getting up early in the morning like 5:30, and planning my day in advance for 10-15 minutes. Just sit on your table for 10-15 minutes with your personal diary, and write down 3 to 5. First, identify what are the goals you have for the year. Are you trying to lose weight in your personal life? Are you trying to find that loved one in your life, if you're single? Are you trying to have certain amount of income in your work? Are you trying to have a side business as you work full time? What are your goals? Identify your goals, and then write down every day, what are the 3 to 5 things that are needed to be done in office. You might be working on a deadline for a project. What are things that need to be done in office? Just write them down early in the morning. And maybe you have some client meeting, just write it down in advance. And what is the agenda, which client meeting, is there any proposal that you're working on, marketing collaterals that needs to go out, whatever it is. Just write those 3 to 5 things that you would be doing in office, and at the same time identify maybe 1 or 2 things which are from your personal life that needs to be get done, which I call the support activities, which are not your key activities but they support you, like paying your mobile bill, paying your internet bill, paying your other bills, or doing maybe laundry over the weekdays. Whatever those are, those I call the support activities. Identify which one you want to do during that day, so that once you're back from office, once you have 30 minutes extra, you don't take out your mobile phone and don't start doing Snapchatting or be on Instagram or being on Facebook or just have a vague conversation with someone, but use that time to pay your bills, use that time to do other support activities that you need to do. So that's how. And what I have seen is that every day you will have these small pockets of time throughout the day that totally goes unnoticed, and if you're mindful of your goals, and if you're mindful of what you want to achieve, and if you have done planning early in the morning, then those few pockets of time that comes every day, they won't go wasted. You won't spend gossiping during that time. You won't be spending time on social media too much, and you will be doing a lot of things that are in alignment with your goals, and you will achieve more, and you will be more happy and inspired. So my honest opinion is that work life balance is a reality, and not only it's possible, but it's also a requirement now, because if you really want to perform like a rock star in office, you need to have a great family life. And if you want to have a great family life, how you perform in office also affects your personal life. So both things are interrelated, and it's very important to integrate the two things and have a balance. And I want to leave with one last note that always identify your personal goals first. What kind of personal life you want to have, identify that. Like how much amount of time you want to spend with family, how much amount of time you want to spend in office, other things like how much income you would like to earn, what kind of lifestyle you want to have, which city you want to live in. Identify your personal goals first, what kind of lifestyle you want to have, and then based on that design your professional life around that. First identify your personal goals, and then then identify your professional goals around it, design your professional life around that. But unfortunately a lot of people, including me, have done the opposite for a lot of time. Like we identify our professional goals first, and we try to fit our personal life around it, but it never works, it always falls apart. So that's the one suggestion I want to leave with, that identify your personal life, what kind of personal life you want to have, design your personal life, and then go for your professional goals, what kind of professional goals you want to achieve. That way you will be able to achieve more, and you will be more happy and inspired. So I just want to ask you, what are the challenges you are facing right now in your work-life balance? Is it on the personal side you are facing challenges in terms of relationships? You're spending a lot of time in office, but you're not able to spend time finding a loved one, or if you have a loved one, you're not able to spend time with them. Or is it opposite, you are spending a lot of time on your hobbies, on taking vacation and inspiring yourself, but you're left with very little time in office? So what is the challenge you're facing? Do share your comments below, I would love to hear from you. So thank you so much, and keep designing your life, because it's possible to design your life. You just need to be more mindful and do little bit of more planning. And do visit my blog customdesignyourlife.com, and you can download my free PDF there, which is on mentors and coaches that I have followed in my life to design my own life. So you can download it for free from my blog. And so thank you so much, and I'll see you next week, and keep designing your life and keep living a better life every day. Thank you so much, and take care.